I think the difference between a good facilitator and a great facilitator is in a couple of things. And the first is really good planning. Know your content, but know how much time you're going to need and where you can build in some engagement and interactivity lessons or something. But the other thing I think that I have seen the great facilitators that I've seen do well is creating good context up front. And just not jump right in, but instead up front talk about not just you and your introductions, but everybody in the room and their introductions and why we're here today and what this is going to do for us. And then they can relate to the content right away. And we know that one of the best things for adult learners is how they relate to the content from their previous experiences. So when you build that context up front, they're in, and then you can get into the content. It doesn't feel like just a lecture. So I think my favorite part about facilitating is when you get people comfortable and then they start sharing. Because I do not think that a good program is just solely the facilitator speaking. It comes from them showing their learning, maybe struggling a little bit with the content, but by the end they're like, oh, that was great. And you can kind of see the learning happening. I like that. I think if I were visiting with executives or seasoned leaders, one of the things that I would want them to think about or kind of reconnect with if they can is what it feels like to be an entry-level employee or an employee that is not in a leadership role, and sometimes even the first-line leaders. But the lives are different. And I think sometimes we get removed from that and we kind of forget. And the best place to really start is looking at your employee opinion results, your employee engagement survey results. You can see things from the data. And then you pull that and start doing your listening tours or your one-on-ones or however you want to start connecting and spending time with people. And it will remind you of what the struggle is at that level. And then you can make different connections. I worked with one executive who really struggled because he didn't want to go out and say good morning to everyone in the mornings. And, I'm sure when we went virtual, he was probably thrilled. But people want to know that you know what they're doing, that you're there, just to say hello. Something like that can really go a long way with people.